Have you ever wondered what it would look like to unbox over 1,000 betta fish? Well, today we are gonna do just that. We're gonna take a look at a behind the scenes sneak peek at what happened at Aquashella on Friday at the MB Betta's booth, where he imported over 1,000 bettas. There were so many type of different color combinations, different fin types. It was really super amazing to have the opportunity to see all of it, and the best part is I get to share it with you. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome back to Creative Pet Keeping. My name is Kasia. I am your host, and I'm going to take you on an adventure. We're going to be looking at the box that they came in and a lot of the fish that were bagged for their overseas shipment. We're going to see the temporary containers that they are kept in, where they will be sold, as well as the 2 large tubs. So there were multiple different ways that these fish were kept for the show, and I'm super excited to show you all of it. So let's do it, let's do it. It would not be an unboxing if I didn't start out with a box. And in this case, I saw many boxes full to the brim with bettas. As everybody was working very diligently to unbag and sort all of the fish, I started off by perusing a lot of the fish that were still bagged in the box with Daniel, and got a sneak peek at some of the beautiful, beautiful fish that I was going to see at the show that were going to be available for people to purchase. Every time I have an opportunity to partake in any of these very large shipments and unboxings and then film it for you guys, I am always super excited not only to share this with you, but to be able to firsthand experience all of these fish. Like, check out this beautiful alien betta. Alien bettas are hybrids of wild type bettas, and while they are a little rare right now, they are starting to get more popular in the hobby, and it's always kind of exciting to see them in person. I'm also always very excited to see all the different color combinations, because when I started off in the hobby, marble bettas were just kind of starting to become more popular and there was not really a lot of options, and now there's so many cool fish. And speaking of cool fish, check this out. This is not only a beautiful crowntail, but a Dumbo crowntail. And what I mean by that is, if you look at the 2 big fins in the front, those are the pectoral fins and what they refer to as the little Dumbo ears, kind of like the Disney movie Dumbo. It was a beautiful fish, and I kind of regret not getting him because he was pretty cool. But of course, after checking out so many beautiful bettas in the bags, I had to check out the pools that were nearby. Now, these are 2 kiddie pools that housed 2 different groups. One was a female sorority, and the other one was a baby betta mashup. So the female sorority was really cool because it was filled with Indian almond leaves, and you could really observe all of the fish from the top, kind of like a lot of the kois would be, the koi bettas that is. If they were to be judged, they would be also observed and judged from the top. So I think it's a angle that oftentimes gets a little overlooked by fish enthusiasts who keep bettas, but if you look at all the different marble patterns, they look beautiful from the top, just like they look beautiful from the side. My favorite part of these tubs were the Indian almond leaves. Some sank to the bottom and were a great hiding place for bettas that just kind of wanted to get away from all the other bettas and try to have a little bit of privacy and quiet time, while the ones on top provided a sense of security and a place to hide under to feel safe. There was also a sponge filter that was already fully cycled in there, and a big piece of driftwood was holding down a heater so that these pools can be temperature controlled. Besides a unique angle to observe the females as well as the male and female juveniles in this tub, another cool bonus was that you can use a net and fish out the fish that you wanted. So this was a very interesting experience. So pretty much what you would do is you would crouch down, observe the tub, and start to pick out the fish that you liked the most. Then you would grab a little fish net and scoop out the fish into a container where they could be bagged afterwards and they could be purchased. And I think that is a very unique and fun thing to experience. The next day, of course, all of the Indian almond leaves sank and provided beautiful yellow golden color, rich tannin water, which has a lot of beneficial properties and is overall a great environment for these fish. Now, a lot of the big males and some of the more aggressive females had to go into the cups, and there were so many cups. This was the easiest way to house them as well as make sure they are in clean sanitary conditions. So after they were removed from the bag, they were put into brand new fresh water. And another bonus to these containers is if you purchase your fish during that weekend and you're still there until you fly or drive back, it is much easier to manage your fish by providing it with water changes. The lid on top will prevent your fish from jumping out, but also help maintain the temperature by trapping some of the air. So it's a great way to keep your fish safe and secure for traveling. It is a very clever way to prep them for sale. I guess the one con to these containers is they do cause some distortion because they are round, but the fish are not bothered by this and they are stackable, so it is easy to store them and display them for people to see and purchase. The cool thing about getting to meet different fish importers is you get to see all the different methods that they use to take care of their fish, sell their fish, house their fish, a lot of different methods, and they all have their pros and cons. So it is definitely really cool to be able to document it and share it with you. The part that I was most excited about was that Ben ended up bringing a couple beanie containers which don't have the rounded edges so that I can film a couple of his fish and we can take a much closer look at them without the distortions. So now I want to call this the Betta eye candy time because that's sort of what it feels like. We're just gonna enjoy the beautiful fins, the beautiful colors, and yes, the eye candy. And speaking of eye candy, this little Betta kind of looks like a little lemon. I would call him a little lemon drop, little spotty boy. I actually almost ended up taking this one home as well. It was kind of difficult. And here is yet another beautiful yellow fish with some dragon scaling, so that beautiful layer that is on top, and one that is fully white with this nice little pinkish hue. It was a pretty cool fish, but speaking of cool fish, here's another pretty cool fish. I'm not really sure if this would be called the Candy Nemo or the Nemo Koi. At this point, I can't really keep track of all the different names people sort of make up to help describe the different color combinations, but he was definitely really beautiful. And then here is a more traditional, I think this would maybe be butterfly pattern. I'm not 100% sure, but there were so many different fish. Oh my goodness. Like, I can keep going and going and going. There were beautiful giants, and I'm getting more and more excited about giants. The tiger koi that I have right now is a giant, and I kind of want to get more giant bettas because they are also starting to come out in a lot of different color combinations. And there's something I just really love about their very large bodies, but the fact that their fins are relatively short, so they don't really have to worry about fin rot, fin nipping, and other issues that you would more often encounter with the longer fin varieties. So that seems to be my favorite. This one kind of looks like one of the males that I bred myself with my very first spawn. So looking at some of these fish, it was also nostalgic because it would remind me of fish that either I currently have now, I have had in the past, or fish that I have bred, raised, and sold as well. And if you have a favorite giant, definitely let me know, because there were a lot of beautiful fish. I didn't even have an opportunity to film all of them. I kind of wish I did. I ended up spending, I think, at least 3 to 4 hours just at the booth filming all of the fish for all of you. So I hope that you enjoy seeing all of them. It's just like a beautiful rainbow mountain candy Betta extraordinary. I don't know where that name was going. It was supposed to be a cool name in my head, and then it kind of derailed, but that's kind of okay. But yeah, so many beautiful fish. I know that there were many of you who were at the show and purchased fish and then showed me the fish, which is also another super exciting thing, because I love to see what fish you pick out. I myself did not end up getting any Bettas, and part of the reason was I didn't want to fly with a Betta, but I also feel like I don't have space right now and I have to have self-control. Even though, look at this, this is a whole wall of giant Bettas. So I wanted all of them. I wanted to keep all of them. They were all beautiful, but I had to just practice a little bit of self-restraint. I did my best and was not able to get any, but maybe a little later this year, if I have some space in my fish room, maybe I'll get another fish. Who knows? Who knows? So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on future Betta and fish keeping awesome adventures of awesomeness. But also, if you have a favorite Betta that you saw in this particular video, let me know down in the comments below which one it was, because I really love to know, like, what is your favorites versus my favorites. It's always really fun to read that. So I'll be perusing the comments down below, so make sure to leave me a comment. And on that note, thank you for taking the time to check out my video. Thank you for supporting my channel, sharing my videos with other fellow fish keepers, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!